Nkrumah was very instrumental in the formalization of the concept of Africa, actually, because he was one of the most important scholars and political figures who played a central role in the first wave of decolonization. You see, so in that context, Kwame Nkrumah, of course, brought the idea back to its own end. When they married it, they were fighting to liberate first. Kwame Nkrumah's idea was to liberate first western part of Azania. And he later decided that the liberation of Western Azania would not be enough because unless it is directly linked. Some of his most important message was, if Western Azania, what he called Ngana, or Ghana, ancient Ghana, if it's liberated, its liberation must be linked with the rest of Azania, which of course was right, but on what terms? For African states, the concept of sovereignty exists on paper alone. When European colonial masters want to go back there, they can go and remove any leader. And we saw it many times. Laurent Gbagbo was arrested inside his own country. European colonial forces took out Laurent Gbagbo inside Cote d'Ivoire. Everyone could see that plainly. So, does the concept of sovereignty exist for the African state? No, it doesn't exist. But a united Azania that we are bringing for them, the Azanian National Union is bringing them, is simple. This sovereignty or recognition by all European bodies will be, will be something that our people will have to accept. If you go to Mauritania, right through to Nigeria, there is wars, and the wars, and there are wars, and these wars are not wars that is meant to maintain the African state. They are meant to, to undo the African state. And we can see it very clearly. The people who are fighting are forces of divisions, just like Boko Haram or the so-called Tuaregs or which other groups. These are the business groups. So if the African state is at that very juncture, where are we going from here? Can we continue to condone something that was meant to permanently divide our people? I, as a member or the spokesperson of the Azanian National Union, thinks not. We cannot do that. We have to go back to the ancestral roots, which of course brings us back to national unity. You see, all these problems the African state is facing, it can be solved very easily. It is, it can be solved very easily, but it can be solved from a national standpoint. So what we are proposing is simple and short. The right course for freedom is to reinstitutionalize the Azanian cultural system, which will imply, of course, the Azanian lingua azanica, and not only lingua azanica, but in the education system, we will also have to reintroduce the Meroitic alphabets, which we had used previously. And by reintroducing the Meroitic alphabets, we will now be moving from a very significant or substantial cultural platform, if you want it that way, which of course will tell our people the next direction to go. The next direction to go, if we reject the colonial language, we reject their education system, of course we reject the English language, and we reinstitutionalize the Azanian language, and we're using our own alphabets or our own education curricula, then we are towards the genuine freedom.